I am a musician.
There's a reason why everybody does not make
you gotta stop right here.
with bipolar
Disorder. Bro needs a new
We're gonna be honest, man. Music might not be your thing.
I'm really sorry, but I
These
gotta be honest.
concept you call the because it conveys who I am, my ideas, feelings, and experiences, and is therapeutic.
Hello, my name is Travis Baylitz, and this is my brother Kyle Baylitz.
Hello.
With BeyondBipolarBlog.com, and today I want to talk about what it's like to be a musician who receives a lot of backlash when it comes to being one. Now, let's get to the beginning of the story. Kyle and I have been musicians for 30 plus years. We started way back when we were in third grade, actually. And the whole story started where we had neighbors, actually a neighbor who kind of knew how to play piano. We had a piano at home, but he started playing heart and soul, and we kind of got into it. And I learned a little bit by ear, and I got inspired to take lessons along with my brother. So that kind of got the ball rolling on our stages of musicianship when it came to playing piano. So the irony is that we stuck with piano for 12, or from third grade to 12th grade. So
8 years.
that is roughly 8 years, as Kyle said. So we were roughly from 7 to 8 years old, all the way up to 17 to 18 years old. When we first started when we're 7 and 8, we were extremely shy all the way up to 12th grade.
Not even college.
Well, even up to college, but I'm talking about when we came to performing. We had a lot of performance anxiety.
I hated it.
And we really struggled with it. And since this is a mental health channel, our channel is about dealing with mental health issues, and anxiety is a big factor when it comes to mental health challenges. Now, I kind of want to talk about what it's like to be a musician and what it's like to deal with anxiety. Now, when I was in third grade, when I first started and Kyle first started, we were really into it. And unlike our sister, who also went up to 12th grade to play piano, we were actually very invested in playing piano.
Kind of.
Now, that's kind of with a grain of salt, because even though we practiced more than our sister, we weren't the most talented. We just practiced a lot more than most of the people there who did play and perform. Now, because of that, you could say that we're pretty gifted, but not only that, we did play more complicated songs, because in 11th and 12th grade, we actually started to play Final Fantasy music. And
Do you remember the songs you played?
And that actually started with Eternal Harvest from Final Fantasy 9 piano collections, and Those Who Fight from Final Fantasy 7 piano collections. And Kyle,
that is Fisherman's Horizon, though.
Oh, I don't think I played Fisherman's Horizon at all.
I think mine was Sleepless City, Torino, Ami, and the ending theme for Final Fantasy VIII, and Melodies of Life. And I think I also tried Vamos Flamenco, which I played really terribly, I remember. You played pretty terribly.
I played pretty terribly too. But anyway, let's get to the story.
Final Fantasy really is what inspired us.
So that kind of inspired our total musicianship. So lo and behold, we are not new to the music scene. We've been with it for 30 plus years. So we've been pianists for a very, very long time. Not only that, from 5th grade onward to 12th grade, we also were in band as percussionists. It also took a year for us to play piano to be eligible to be a percussionist in band. Now, I actually was eligible for honor band a year after. You could say I was the best of the worst.
Yeah, somehow.
I was the best of the worst honor band students, because I ended up getting in there in 10th grade when most don't show up until 11th or 12th grade. And to be honest with you, I was very depressed and anxious, and I didn't have a lot of confidence at all when it came to performing in public.
You
and
were lonely at the concert.
I had no friends in there at all, and I felt very, very lonely because I had a hard time making friends and people would tease me, and I felt very, very conscious when it came to playing music. So I hated band. I could consider myself a musician from 3rd grade to 12th grade, but I actually hated being a musician. I could say I enjoy playing music on my own terms, but I hated playing and performing in public. I don't know if Kyle has the same.
I hated it. I was anxious. I was just a terrible musician, and it really affected my mental health and my happiness. Let alone I hated the school system.
So the question is, do you feel that was it worth it to go through all that pain and torment to play and perform?
I guess in the end, if you take it with a grain of salt, sometimes people, they say the saying that some things, even if they're bad things that are meant to happen, not to you, but for you. So in a way, it did kind of prep us up. I'm not sure why anxiety was actually beneficial to us, but maybe it inspired us to do better in school. I mean, we did stick with 3.8 GPA throughout the most of our high school and college life, which is all right. But I think all the skills that TraVisT done, being a pianist and a percussionist, that's what really got him into it, and he became more experienced. But I think Final Fantasy and Nobuo Uematsu was really the one that inspired us to keep at it, because then you eventually, maybe you need to continue more of your history about what happened during college. Like, we made our piano channels. And
so anyways, before we get to that, I do want to say that my greatest memory when it came to being in high school, when it came to music, even though I hated playing performing, was actually traveling to Czech Republic and Germany. I don't know what Kyle's experience was, but I'm pretty sure he enjoyed that experience. We took a lot of photos, but we ended up losing the whole SD card of it. I don't know what happened to it, but that was a really good memory that for anyone that has been in band and has the opportunity to go with other band students.
Beautiful landscapes, beautiful churches. I remember beautiful woman too.
So it's just really, really good opportunity. And for those guys that do struggle in the beginning with mental health issues in middle school and high school, please do not be afraid to open up to like counselors. We were really afraid to. Even back in the day, we were very unopen to these groups. We were actually kind of forced to join this minority group back then, but we were so uncomfortable with it because we didn't like people anyway.
Do you remember when Linda was our piano teacher? We gave her a bunch of CDs like in college. Do you remember that she wanted us to think about her life, and she thought that we should be pianists, and we didn't think it would go anywhere? Yeah,
so Kyle mentioned that, like, why haven't we chose music as a career? Well, you know,
anxiety.
When I was in 12th grade, my band teacher, Mr. Casperson, I believe his name was, actually encouraged me to do music, but at the same time, I was just too anxious, and I felt like I didn't know what my future was, and I still probably don't. But at the same time, you have to realize that because I was so anxious and depressed and felt very, very uncomfortable with myself and didn't think I was terribly attractive, it felt very, very ugly.
Monkey mouth.
People always made fun of me because of my monkey mouth and called me Kermit, and it just made me...
That's really why it affected my kind of want to have children, because our high school years was a pretty miserable existence for sure. At least 8th grade through high school. I wouldn't want to waking up early, being tired, studying for stupid shit, being confined.
That was another big problem with music, is it was like music for me.
It was prison.
It was actually the first class, and I was really tired, and I hated it.
Oh,
There's this one kid, I forgot his name. He would sleep on the floor during music, and he's getting in trouble.
And he would play the drum kit too.
Yeah,
out of season.
But hey, I have a feeling he's probably successful now. But at the same
A lot of them are. Wasn't there another guy that worked for irrigation
there
too?
probably is.
He's
man.
a good drummer.
These guys were probably pretty experienced.
They have a passion for life, and we have a dispassion.
They're the violinist. The violinist there is actually, he was also a percussionist. Is actually a doctor army. So it's kind of interesting to see that, a lot of these guys that were
became
pretty successful. But anyways, that's kind of all.
And having kids.
So that's kind of just.
And they manage and probably adapted to life, I feel like, in adulthood.
So anyways, let's get to the story on why we chose to not do music. Is like I said, we were just very conscious of what we looked like, our appearance, and that affected our ability to play and perform, and that's the whole reason why we chose to not do music. Anyway, so this gets to our college years, and Kyle and I started this channel called ManHoPark and CheonHoPark.
You did, for some reason. I don't know why you did it.
Actually, in the beginning, there was this first song I did from Final Fantasy Piano Collections, Final Fantasy VIII Piano Collections, called Eyes on Me.
Oh yeah,
it did so well that inspired Kyle to do
Sleepless City Trino.
To do his own rendition from Final Fantasy IX Piano Collections, which was
Sleepless City Trino.
Sleepless City
from Final Fantasy IX.
From Final Fantasy IX, Sleepless City in Trino. And right now, I want to just go on the ManHoPark account because
you have a lot
I just want to share with you guys the statistics on some of these songs, because Kyle and I actually did gain quite a bit of viewers and traction.
Back then. People even wanted our autographs back then too.
Currently, right now, I have 2,256 subscribers on the ManHoPark channel.
Yeah, but you used to have 3,000.
And Kyle has 1,990.
I lost subscribers.
He lost subscribers. I lost subscribers. But anyways,
it pretty much stopped after college.
For instance, I have Final Fantasy VIII, Those Who Fight, with 533,000 views.
And what about the
Those Who Fight?
one?
Final Fantasy IX Collections, You're Not Alone, 208,000.
What about the
Final Fantasy VII Piano Collection, Those Who Fight, 1,113, another rendition.
What about Moonlight Sonata?
Final Fantasy IX Piano Collections, Final Battle, 94,000. Final Fantasy VIII Piano Collections, Eyes on Me, 91,000. Final Fantasy VIII Piano Collection, Fisherman's Horizon, 70,000. Final Fantasy IX Piano Collection, Eternal Harvest, 50,000. Final Fantasy X, Beset Island, 45. Final Fantasy IX Piano Collection, Eternal Harvest, 40,000. Final Fantasy VIII Piano Collection, 38,000. Final Fantasy IX OST, Lost in Me, 32,000. And the list goes on and on.
So you got over 30,000.
So there's a ton of
what about the
viewers on that account.
The Moonlight Sonata, though.
I'll get to that later, but Kyle also released a whole bunch of music, and I'll show you some some of his statistics. So he has a Final Fantasy IX Piano Collections Melodies of Life with 347,000, Final Fantasy VIII Pianos Collections Ending Theme with 170,000, Final Fantasy IX Pianos Collection Vama Alpha Menko with 150,000, Final Fantasy X Piano Collection Tuzen Arkin, 140,000, Final Fantasy IX Piano Collection Melodies of Life 3, 89,000, Final Fantasy VIII Piano Collections Ami, 81,000, Final Fantasy IX Piano Collections Sleepless City Trino, 71,000, Final Fantasy IX Piano Collection Sleepless Trino 2, 48,000. So we've done a lot of renditions of previous songs, but they gained a lot of traction back when
YouTube just first started, before monetization.
This literally was 17 years ago. This is when YouTube actually first got its start. We got our start literally when YouTube got its start.
We were very small YouTube stars.
So we considered ourselves pretty successful back then. So 500,000 views. So that's pretty remarkable. And Kyle did mention other music. My most famous, or my most viewed video, is a rendition of Moonlight Sonata Movement 2 with 2.4 million views. And I have another one with Kiss Because I'm a Girl with 193,000 views. So you can imagine this, we were pretty well accomplished musicians. So for those that tell us to
Give up
on music or tell us that we're not credible musicians, please look back on youtube.com/ManHoPark or youtube.com/CheonHoPark.
CheonHoPark and ManHoPark.
Once again, ManHoPark and CheonHoPark. Take a look at those channels and you'll see that we do have quite credibility.
Even
when it
some of
comes
those
to music.
popular ones, we were actually speaking to some of the musicians. There was a Korean Adoptee girl, Kyle Landry, Arcton, I can't remember.
So we did come
anyone else.
across
this other bodybuilder too. We kind of developed a community with the other pianists out there.
Yeah, and they ended up getting pretty famous. So this other guy called Bruneville, that's when I started my own compositions. And that leads to like 2000, this was like 2007. This led to 2009 where I totally ditched covers. I totally ditched composing. I mean, I totally ditched playing covers. And where I started composing my own music in 2009. I actually started in 2004 my own song called Cat and Mouse, but I never officially started composing music in 2009. But that's when all hell broke loose because I lost all my mental health pretty much.
Do you think we self-destructed?
I self-destructed.
I did too.
Became bipolar. I had bipolar,
and everyone was saying, "What happened?"
And literally, I fell off the face of the earth. Really,
you wanted to not even be on Earth.
But pretty much, you know, that led to my beginning stages of where I'm at today, where people are saying, "Quit music, don't quit your day job," because that started my whole take on where I wanted to be a video game composer, a film composer, and literally, like right now, I can give you the statistics of where I'm at.
Duo tracks, or what are we talking about? Or real group station?
So right now, when it comes to composing music, let's see, I know I have it. I have it here because my heart is actually composing music, not doing covers.
Singing?
It's been that since 2009. So a good 15 years, I consider myself a composer, not only just a music player, but a composer. And I don't know where Kyle's at when it comes to music, but I'm sure he still dabbles in music. He can kind of
I mean, you just did a song based off me, Baby Girl, and that other one, the No Lives Matter one.
Yeah, so Kyle
I dabble in it, but
Kyle and I have 3 different labels, actually 4 different labels. One under Real Group Station, which is our songs and raps. Another one, Duo Tracks, which is instrumentals. 3, which is Duo Beats, which is beats. And 4, Duo Pianos, which is actually covers of our previous covers that we done on ManHoPark and CheonHoPark. So let me get to you some of the statistics when it comes to my music. So for the Real Group Station under the label, the Real Group Station label, my artist name is TraVisT. I have released 8 song rap albums for a total of 101 tracks. And for Duo Tracks, 9 instrumental albums for a total of 120 tracks. And for Duo Beats, 5 beat albums for a total of 70 tracks. So that is literally, so 101, 120, 70, let me double check. 101 plus 120 plus 70, 291 tracks. So that is a lot of music.
Don't forget me.
And Kyle released one special song called Sabotage.
And with 1 view.
Which 1 view on Spotify.
See? If you do comparison, I'm even worse musician.
So people are thinking like, so you compose this much music. Have you actually found success? Well, I say I have. One song called Will You Be in My Lane has 302,393 streams. River Flows in You has 301,024 streams. Attack on Titans has 12,618 streams. So the problem with these is that these are not my beats that I rap to, and there are hooks that are not my melody. So unfortunately, I guess I can't take total credit where I own the rights to the beats, but the fact that they gain over 300,000 for 2 songs. I guess I can take some credit to say that I am somewhat proud of it. And to be honest with you, you know, so for so basically you're asking how many streams have I actually reached since maybe 3-4 years since I've been on TuneCore. I've managed to get 711,561 plays, and I guess I am pretty happy about that, but I've only managed to make $153.40.
Pretty good, but you bought.
So the problem is that Spotify does pay the most, but literally, if you are not familiar with how streams are calculated for Spotify, it varies from country to country, and if you are a subscriber or not, if you have a subscription status or not, but they literally only pay like 0.003 cents. So literally for 3 streams, it's 1 cent for earned income. So you literally need 3 streams to earn 1 cent basically. And I'm trying to figure out how much a million streams covers. So let me double check. For basically 1 million streams, can you guess how much money you'd get? You'd only get $2,380 for a million streams. So that's like pocket change. And people have been complaining that literally if you wanted to make a living as someone that's a musician just in streams alone, you're literally making what a parking lot attendant makes. And that's like literally nothing. But you guys, I am at heart a musician, and I don't know what Kyle considers himself.
Can we go to an advance, or I mean, advice part? So you didn't read any of those comments that they were writing against you. Were you supposed to or no?
Well, that's the thing. It's in the beginning where it's showing, it's splashing all of these negative comments.
Okay. So what's your advice? I asked Travis, since being a musician is whole identity, and the more popular you are, the more haters you're gonna get. Does it make you want to kill yourself? And do you think it's worth it to want to kill yourself? What people say about you?
Before I was thinking about making this video, I was very, very depressed seeing all these, because I was trying to compile all these negative comments, and you know, it was really kind of putting an emotional baggage on my.
Why am I doing this?
My ego, because like people don't realize this, that Kyle and I, and even Nancy, who's been kind of part of the music videos, we put a lot of work in our.
She's holding the gimbal right now, and it's very heavy.
People don't realize the amount of work that we actually put into these videos alone. I mean, you might disagree with the amount of music that I produce, or how crappy my voice is, or the instrumental, or things like that.
I put a lot of work.
We put a lot of work in the music video, and people have a tendency to overlook that. People have a tendency to overlook the fact that, why do you make music in the first place? People have a tendency to say you suck, or don't quit your day job, or tell you to just quit forever, or you have no talent, or that you're just a piece of crap, literally, and they spit on you.
That shouldn't exist.
And
is that important? I don't think it is.
And the thing is that, yeah, it hurts sometimes, because I am human when it comes to these comments, and sometimes it does discourage me from
even wanting to do
making music, and I question myself why I keep doing it. But
do you do it for other people, but for yourself?
But deep down, I consider myself a musician. I consider myself a composer. I consider myself an artist. And I don't know about Kyle, because he considers himself a creative, especially
creative individual, whether that's art, music, video productions for sure, computer technician.
And this goes for a lot of people. People struggle with bullying online, and generally people who bully other people, you just have to, my advice is just, you got to kind of develop thick skin, and you have to realize that you have yourself.
You matter.
You matter. You have to kind of understand that you have to let your voice be heard, and you have to realize that you matter. You can't always listen to what other people say. Don't give up. And if you enjoy doing something,
Who gives a shit?
don't let other people tell you otherwise.
can't.
That you can't do whatever you really want to do in life. And that's kind of my message to you guys.
Do you
today,
feel strong?
Is that in spite of what other people tell you to do, not do something, that you guys should do what you are really inspired to do deep down. If you have a dream that you really want to catch and you really want to manage to get somewhere with it, you just have to believe. You have to keep doing what you want to do. You have to keep grinding, and
Gives your life meaning.
if it gives yourself meaning, and if I can give yourself hope when it comes to
Doing whatever passion is, following your dreams.
that,
Just go for it. Climb the tree like those kids.
so you just have to keep moving forward, guys. And yeah, so this
Do you
video-
feel angry or about it? Hurt or angry? Do you feel like they should be big F you or not really?
My biggest
anymore?
issue is that, you know, I always wanted to make money from streams alone, but seeing the fact that $1 million only makes 2,300 views or $2,300, like I'd literally have to make like 10, let me see. So let's see how much 10 million streams get. Let me see. 10 million streams is 23,800 views. So that's not bad, but still, you're literally a poor person, like a janitor or maybe
You are a
someone
janitor.
that literally is working at a restaurant as a waitress.
Okay,
so
let's-
literally, guys, people tell me don't quit your day job. I haven't. I'm still a janitor, so you can't tell me I'm doing it likewise.
So I wanted to take also another word of advice. Most of the world, even though America is kind of have polarized in especially in the political scheme, I feel like America is still a pretty decent place for opportunity. There are many countries and people that actually have to work for less than $1 a day. And even though if you're poor here, you're actually probably rich compared to other parts of the world, let alone we have the freedom to not have to work 7 days a week, and we don't have to garden, because like all this, look at all the industry, the mechanisms, like stores where you could buy food. You don't have to garden your own food. You can drive, you could explore. Even though things seem really bad, I feel like you still got it good, even if you're not getting your musicianship. What do you think?
yeah, so I think the thing is that
Be grateful.
just be grateful of the opportunities that you have if you are in a first world country. And, you know, people have a tendency to belittle you if they don't understand who you are. And you just got to take these people with a grain of salt, that they don't know who you are. And they don't know your intentions. They don't know why you do things. They don't know why you're a musician. They don't know why you're creative. They don't know what motivates you. They don't know why you do a certain thing.
And in the end, if they don't like it, they can always just listen to someone else who gives a crap.
You know, the thing is that I don't expect you guys to like my music. I don't expect you guys to force yourself to listen to it. I don't expect you guys to understand anything that when it comes to my content, especially on YouTube itself. Heck, I don't even think that this video will go viral at all, because it's just kind of like my previous video that I thought would gain traction. I thought by August I'd get monetized with 4,000 watch hours, but I'm not even certain right now, because it's on the fence. There's only 2 videos, that's Life is Meaningless and my suicide attempt, but those are the only 2 videos that are gaining traction. These other videos are kind of just idling, and I'm not sure if they'll get anywhere, but I'm hoping that this video will
But you never know, because some things track like later. We call that residual views too. So just because time is relative, just because something's not happening now doesn't mean it won't happen later. That's my advice too.
So is there anything else you want to add to it that it comes to last words, that like you yourself is not a musician, or do you consider yourself a musician?
I don't even consider myself that successful, but at the same time, why does it matter? It's just better to believe in health. Like Traz is saying, if you really want to be successful, that also comes with sacrifice, and that means time and also your health. Really, if you have to just work hard. You have to keep working hard, grind, But then again, as a mental health channel, you also want to have a lifestyle balance, including your health, work, and passion. So in the end, there's a lot of musicians out there that are pretty miserable. I mean, who's that bipolar girl?
Well,
Demi Lovato. They have to work a lot of hours, driving everywhere, doing tours, and that just sounds miserable. So
I mean, literally,
success isn't always without its sacrifices, and if those sacrifices are too much, then I'm not sure. It's probably not worth it in the end.
Anyways, guys, if you want to support me, please go to hyped.it/TraVisT and hop.com/TraVisT or hop.com/Kyle for more content, for bio links. And is there anything else you want to add?
No, we should just take a picture after, I don't know what scene, or what do you want, with our shirt off, shirt on, or?
I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, is that it?
Yeah, that's it,
Okay.
guys. Hang in there.
All right, this is TraVisT and Kyle Balitz with BeyondBipolarBlog.com. I hope you gained some insight when it comes to this content, when it comes to being a musician, an artist, a creative, and my insights on it when it comes to mental health as well. So please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button for future videos. Take care, have a good one. Anyways, this is just a shameless plug, but I produce music. I have over 270 tracks, including songs, instrumentals, and beats. These are 2 physical albums. One is a piano album, right here, and the other one is a orchestral album. The piano album has 17 tracks. The orchestral album has 19 tracks. They're on sale for $5 a piece or $8 for both of them. These are really original. I know not a lot of people have CDs, but it'd be great for any donations if you want to buy them. What makes it personal is that the original art is by Kyle and me, and one is a graphic art, and the other one is acrylic artwork that Kyle and I done together. Anyways, that ties something else, which I also do art, so I do hyper-realistic artwork. As you can see here, just some examples. And I do airbrush portraits, and as stated before, I do abstract acrylic work that I often do sometimes with my brother. But anyways, please go to lift.bio/ManHoPark. Once again, it's lift.bio/ManHoPark, ManHoPark. So please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Take care, have a good one, bye. Annyeonghaseyo, hello, this is TraVisT and Kyle. We are both artists, and we focus on hyper-realistic drawings, acrylic work, airbrush work. So I also wanted to mention that we actually have our own channel as well. Our channel is Korean Adoptee Stories, and we interview a lot of adoptees. We found that with adoption, there's quite a few adoptees that struggled, unfortunately, and did not have the best kind of life, and a lot of them had mental health issues. We felt like it was important because we can kind of struggle with that.